My name is Shannon Lavinia, and I am going to be talking to you about how to overcome procrastination and indecision to rapidly grow your business. And I'm excited that you're here with me. First, I do want to give a brief introduction so you know who I am and why the information that I'm sharing with you is very valuable. I grew up in an environment that was not entrepreneurial. I grew up in a lot of poverty and first was a high school teacher and then decided that I really wanted a better quality of life. I wanted to be able to give myself and my family some freedom, and we started a business. And out of that, I very quickly realized that a business does not necessarily give you freedom unless it is set up to do so. So, through our programs at Brand Builder AI, which is our software and sales automation system, and our coaching programs with Get Paid Systems and CEO Freedom, we teach entrepreneurs how to scale their businesses to seven figures as we did, but most importantly, how to do it using systems and automation so you truly can have a business that funds your freedom. Now, today, this topic I am so excited to talk to you about because procrastination is something that I speak about frequently. Procrastination is actually the opposite of profitability. Procrastination will slow down your revenue, your income, and it will also crank up all those serious negative emotions like fear, doubt, insecurity, um, worry, anxiety, because when you're not in forward motion towards something, then you're scattered, right? You're like all over the place. You're not sure what you're doing. You're not sure where you're going. And that type of confusion just breeds procrastination. It breeds indecision. You don't know exactly what to do in your business. You end up laying in bed at night wondering, should I go left? Should I go right? Should I do this ad? Should I do this type of marketing? And really, there's a very simple solution to this. And that's very simple solution. It revolves around clarity. It revolves around setting a very defined goal that you and whoever is working with you is very excited about accomplishing, very excited about achieving. And the goal is so pertinent, so on purpose, so enthusiastically driving you that you're not willing to give up on the accomplishment of that goal. And you can think about a really great example that we learned about when we were kids in school is Thomas Edison, right? Thomas Edison had a goal to create an incandescent light bulb. He wanted to, I think it was incandescent. You might want to spot check me on that, but a light bulb, right? Um, but he had a goal to create a light bulb, and this took like 10,000 trial and error, little bitty failures that he endured to accomplish this goal of creating a light bulb. And of course, that goal changed the world, right? So you talk about a goal that has enough passion and purpose behind it that he was willing to endure all of those 10,000 tries. And not that they were all failures, because every one of those failures gave him some information about what wouldn't work, right? What would work, what wouldn't work. Now, I'm not saying it's going to take you 10,000 failures to get to your goal, but what I am saying is you need to have something that is in your future that you are so invested in accomplishing that you're willing to get up in the morning, you're willing to be uncomfortable, you're willing to put a schedule together, and you're willing to put one foot in front of the other and march forward to that goal because you have such a driven purpose. You'll also know that this goal is really on point when you have the ability to inspire others to buy into the accomplishment of that goal. So, for example, as you start hiring, you're going to bring people into your business and you don't want to just bring them in to be like, hey, you're going to be my social media person and your job is to post on social media, because quite frankly, they could do that for anybody, right? And eventually they're going to find a better paying job. They're going to find someone else that they want to work with. They're going to get bored and go want to do something else unless they are personally invested in your goal, in the fulfillment of your goal. And when you have that goal, it's actually going to handle your procrastination. It's also going to handle your indecision, because when you have a goal, you can work backwards from that goal to really define the steps that it's going to take for you to accomplish it. So, for example, if you were driving to grandma's house for a barbecue dinner, you would first, and you would find out from grandma, what do you have to bring, right? Then you would put it on your calendar to make sure you got there. Then you would go shop for the ingredients of the thing that you're bringing. Then you would plan out your day so that you could make whatever it was you were bringing or buy whatever it was you're bringing. Then you would put the coordinates in your GPS. You would get in the car, you would turn it on, you would put your foot on the gas, hopefully put it in reverse if you're leaving your garage or something like that. Right. But there's a series of steps that when you think about it, if I'm going to grandma's house on March, 30th, and I have to bring macaroni salad and I have to be there by 4 p.m., you can automatically start to think of all the things that you would have to do in order to get to grandma's house with macaroni salad at 4 p.m. Now, this is a very simple example, but let's take this into business. If you were launching a new product, you could sit there and say, okay, I am launching XYZ. We're actually in the middle of this right now. I'm launching XYZ on this date. What do I need in order to successfully launch that? Well, I need a funnel. I need some copy. I need a sales page. I need to set up the product. I need delivery emails. I need to promote this. I need somewhere where a large group of people can come and learn about this. Maybe you're going to do a webinar, or maybe you're going to go live, right? And then you're going to do all the promotion steps before then. You're going to look at all the data that comes in, like how many people are hitting your page, how many people are converting. And then you're going to set your money target, right? So if your goal is to make $50,000 with that launch, then you can take 10% of that 5,000 and invest that in advertising, right? So now I'm going to invest in advertising. I need to place the ads. I need to get the ad copy by this date. I need to have, right? So you can see the sequence of events that are going to come out of you putting in the future a goal, an accomplishment, something you're going to be doing in that future date. Right. And now all of the steps come to fruition in your mind. You might not know all of them because sometimes as you start getting into motion, as you start doing the work, you'll see things that you're like, oh, well, I didn't think about this, or, oh, I didn't think about that. So you put it into the plan. Right. And this type of planning is what makes the fulfillment of those goals an actuality. It's also, my friends, what will help you make decisions, right? So oftentimes people come to us and they're like, oh my gosh, Shannon, we really want you to work with us on this project, or we really want to partner with you on this thing. And I have to look at it because I can get very enthusiastic about launches and things that people are achieving. I can get very excited about being part of the group that's doing that. But I have to look and say, does this align with what I'm already doing? Do I have the bandwidth to be a part of this? If I am a part of it, how does it line up with the other things I'm doing? Right? Like I get asked oftentimes to do like Amazon product launches and stuff like that. And it doesn't really align with what I'm doing or my core purpose or our big goal, right? Our big juicy can't give up, super excited goal. But once you have that goal, you can plan the steps backwards, and you can also make decisions about what is the right thing for you to do based on that, right? What is the right thing for you to do based on that? The next thing that I just want to share with you is creating a daily action plan. So I'm often surprised by how many people, how many entrepreneurs get up in the morning and don't dump out of their head what it is that they're carrying around up in there that they have to do in their day onto paper and put it on a plan. And what happens is when you do that, all of those things are like scrambled eggs up there, right? They're just bouncing around. Half of it doesn't get done. You end up going to bed filled with stress and anxiety, and there's no sequence or order that you're going to do it in. And as you're scaling your business, as you're delegating, like I make a list of all these things that go in my head. And then I look at, is it something that I have to do, or is it something that I'm going to delegate? And if it's something that I'm going to delegate, then I put it into our project management software, Asana, and I delegate it to the correct person in our organization, right? But if I don't do that, if I'm just like, have to get this done, 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 most of the time it would not get done. I would be stressed out. When you're stressed out and you have like worry about things and stuff like that, or you're fearful, that energy just slows you down. You can think about this, right? You've seen it if you've ever watched football or you've ever watched baseball. You can tell the moment that the team kind of shifts into we're not going to win this, and their energy goes down. They start moving slower. They're not as enthusiastic when they're up at bat or when they're running towards the goal. And then you watch a really amazing, great game like the Super Bowl of this year, and you could tell that Kansas City was vested in it all the way up until the end. Like they knew they were committed to winning that game, and they never wavered from that goal, right? They never wavered from it, but they did delegate who was going to be doing what on that field, and that delegation, that organization helped them to achieve that level of success that they achieved. Now we can apply this to business as well. So fundamentally, I will tell you, in working with the thousands of entrepreneurs that we have worked with, that one of the fundamental barriers to growth and success is a lack of clarity on their goal that can be broken down into plans to drive their operations, and also a lack of organization in getting those actions and activities done. Those two things together create a lot of procrastination because you're just in this confusion about where are we going? What are we doing? You know, what's the next best thing? Should we invest in advertising? Should we not invest in advertising? And these two things are very easy to fix, right? When we are working with our clients in our program, we do a strategy session. And the point of that strategy session is to get crystal clear on the goal and the purpose behind that goal, right? The goal isn't just to make $100,000. It's like, why do you want to make $100,000? What's the purpose of that? What is it going to fulfill for you? Money is just, it's like a pen, right? It's just a thing. It's ink on paper. But what does that money do for you, right? Like this pen enables me to write, right? And I can get my thoughts out onto paper. So it's actually a transmission of my thoughts onto paper, right? Isn't that cool when you think about that? Well, money is a transmission of energy in exchange for something. So if your goal is to, make $1 million, what is the purpose of that? Is the purpose to expand your business? Is the purpose to provide opportunity for more people? Is the purpose to get your products into more households? Is it to get your products used by more businesses? Is it to create a legacy? Is it to create donations for your church? Is it to provide funding for, other businesses? Is it to invest in real estate? Is it to give your kids a better start in life? Like, what is the purpose behind that goal that's really going to drive you, and also the purpose that you can invest other people's energy and focus and clarity into? So big kind of broad concept, but to bring it back home, how do you overcome procrastination and indecision? Number one, decide for yourself what goal you will achieve and eliminate any of the, well, how do I get over the fear of achieving it, right? I really want you to think about this as simply as baking a cake. If you were going to bake a cake, you would go find a recipe, you would get the ingredients, you would follow the recipe, you would whip it into a bowl, you'd pour it into a pan, you preheat the oven, and then you'd have a cake. Business legitimately is that simple. It is that simple. We overcomplicate it with all of these things like, oh my gosh, I have imposter syndrome, or what if I don't make it, or what if I do, or what if I don't? Making it simply involves you correcting as you go along and sticking with it long enough that you get good at the things that are going to produce the results that you want to get. That simply was the magic of me going from being a high school teacher, making $26,000 a year, to making seven figures. It wasn't a business degree. I don't have a business degree. It wasn't entrepreneurial parents, because I grew up in the most extreme poverty you can imagine. It wasn't somebody investing in me. It wasn't brilliance of marketing. I didn't get lucky inventing some product. I just very simply broke down business into the concrete steps of you promote it, you automate what you can so you can do it faster, you influence others through your message and salesmanship, and then you delegate what you can so that your business can grow. So, my friends, if this excites you and you're applying it, definitely let me know how it goes. And then book a call with us. I would love to do a brief strategy session with you. You might not get me. You most likely will get one of my team members, one of my coaches, but they're fantastic. They're trained in our methodologies and they're all very successful in their own right. So, thanks for being here today with this training. And I'm excited to see what you accomplish with it.